Hey guys, JH6 and I hope you guys are doing well. So today we're going to talk about choosing a handgun for home defense. And I got to tell you guys, a lot of guys use a handgun. I do it myself, and I think a handgun is definitely a really good choice for home defense. Now, there's other guys that use shotguns and things like that. I've done that in the past as well. And to tell you the truth, guys, either way has some good things, has some bad things, but either way, it's gonna work well. The key is to have a firearm to protect yourself and protect your family. So with that being said, I'm gonna tell you 3 aspects that I think is critical when selecting a handgun. So stay tuned, let's get started. Alright guys, so a lot of you guys have selected a handgun for home defense. I done that as well. So I'm going to tell you 3 things that I think is extremely critical when it comes to your firearm to defend yourself in some type of home defense situation. The first one is going to be capacity. And I got to tell you guys, the capacity is definitely something that you need to be aware. You want to get a firearm that has a very good capacity. And now some of you guys know in the past I had carry a revolver, and if I had to use a revolver to defend myself, I feel good, but it's not, it won't be my ideal weapon. You know, only this revolver in particular only carries 6 rounds, so this would not be my ideal weapon to defend myself in some type of home defense situation. Now we go back to the shield, and again, I carry a shield as an EDC all the time pretty much. And again, you know, 7+1 or 8+1, this wouldn't be my ideal handgun neither. I wouldn't want to select this to defend myself. Now, one thing that a lot of guys do is that they utilize the CCW as a home defense firearm as well, because mainly, you know, you're already trained with it, you already know how to use it, so it makes sense to use it as a home defense. And if that works for you, that's good. But in my case, I don't do that. I think 7+1 is not going to be as beneficial as other firearms out there for home defense, so definitely not. Now here we got my new car. And again, guys, this one carries what, 6+1. So even though this is a 45 ACP, again, if I had to use it, I probably would be, I probably would do okay, but it wouldn't be my ideal weapon. To tell you the truth, guy, my ideal weapon when it comes to capacity is the Glock 17. We got 17+1 rounds. Just the fact that I have so many rounds will allow me to address any type of situation. I mean, we're talking about a home defense, could be multiple suspects. You don't know how many guys are coming in. It could be multiple suspects. It's going to be dark at night. It's going to be one of those situations where you get up, grab your firearm, and you never know. Doing a reload may not be as easy as doing a reload in the morning, where you have visibility, where you could see and things like that. So definitely having 17+1 will allow me to address different threats, and it gives me a very good capacity. Alright guys, so the next aspect will be caliber. What type of caliber are you going to utilize? Now I just show you a revolver. This is a 357. I show you a 9mm. You got a 9mm, and I show you a 45 ACP. Again, guys, all 3 different calibers. All 3 are you know, good enough to eliminate or pretty much disable a threat. But again, you have to worry about over penetration. If you're not worried about that, then doesn't matter. But if you have children, if you have older family members in the house, penetration may be a big deal. So you got to be careful with that. You got to know where you're shooting. You got to know what direction that bullet's going to travel, especially if you live in an apartment complex. Penetration may be a good deal. So I would definitely recommend you to do some research and decide what is gonna be the best caliber for you. And you know, it may be the 9mm, may be the 45 ACP. I gotta tell you, if you hit somebody with a 45 ACP, or if you hit him with a 357 Magnum, that's it, game over. But you have to worry about over penetration for sure. Alright guys, the last point that I want to make is a rail. Every home defense firearm should have a rail. Now, if I gotta tell you, before I used to use a flashlight on my hand, and I had a situation a couple of months ago that actually changed my whole the whole way that I looked at this. Having some type of flashlight mount to your weapon could be extremely beneficial. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to run and grab your firearm, having the entire system together, you know, meaning the pistol with good 17+1 with a good flashlight, will give you the ability to grab it and you have it. You ready to go. You don't have to go and look for the next step. You don't have to go and look for that flashlight. It may be next to the firearm, but just the fact that you got to grab something else, it takes away a couple of seconds that you could have just grabbed this gun and be ready to fight. So definitely a TLR 3 is going to be on my list to get in the near future. But I think every good firearm for home defense should have a flashlight, because you got to be able to identify the target before you engage. You want to make sure you're engaging a bad guy for sure, and not a family member, or not somebody else, or not some kid that accidentally or something went inside your house. You want to be able to eliminate that threat before you engage that threat. Alright guys, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this type of videos, click like. I always appreciate when you subscribe and share my videos. And as always, God is in control.